I've taken a really hard look at every leader and civilization bonus so far in the game, and here's my top 20 best civilizations and leaders upon release for Civilization 6. So let's jump right into this with Gilgamesh from Sumeria. Now don't get me wrong here, I think he's going to function great as an AI, but just to play as, I don't think he's all that impressive. His leader ability offers the sharing of pillage rewards and combat experience, as well as his special ability offers tribal villages whenever a barbarian outpost is cleared. As a player, these bonuses really don't offer that much, but as an AI, I think Gilgamesh is going to be a lot of fun. Next up, Movember of the Kongo. Now, I feel like I kind of had to put him at the bottom of this list because he does get a debuff where he cannot find a religion of his own, but his special ability will offer the founder belief of any religion that has established itself in a majority of the Kongo cities, and he will definitely be a unique experience to play with in Civilization 6. At number 18, France. Now, Katherine is going to be a great cultural civ, as well as she's going to offer a few bonuses for building wonders, but I'm just kind of unsure how viable wonder building will be on higher difficulties. As well as I'm not a super huge fan of the gossip system. I found it to kind of be all over the place and I don't typically use it that much. Maybe in a more peaceful game where you have to play diplomatically, it might come in use, but I don't see a lot of Civilization players go that route. At number 17, China. Now, I love the fact that these builders get an extra action point, so instead of the default 3, they get 4, and they can also hasten construction of ancient and classical wonders. We also are seeing a switch where the Great Wall is not a world wonder, but a unique infrastructure in Civilization 6. This does gear China for a cultural victory, but besides that, I'm not seeing any other bonuses like in their special ability. They are only really receiving more benefits to the Eureka and Inspiration system. So I really don't see a lot of late game boosts to tourism or culture, so I have to put them kind of towards the bottom, but I still think China is going to be very fun early game. Next up on the list, we have Harald of Norway. Now, Norway is really cool because it feels like a fusion between Civ 5's Polynesia, the Celts, and Denmark. And they're going to be a fantastic domination civ if you're playing on a continent or island-based map. They'll be meeting other leaders sooner also, since their special ability allows them to cross the ocean when they research shipbuilding. But on a Pangea map, I'm not exactly sure how viable some of these bonuses will be. Either way, Norway is going to be a great domination civ. At number 15, we have the Aztecs. Now, their unique unit, the Eagle Warrior, reminds me so much of that movie Apocalyptico. I don't know why. It's a replacement to the Warrior unit, it's more powerful than that Warrior unit, and here's the key part. It turns enemies into builders. So once you defeat an enemy, boom, they become a builder, and then right there, just early war, you can send those dudes back, start improving some tiles for you, and combined with their special ability, those very same builders can speed up the construction of districts. I think this is going to be a great civ, but if you don't get off to a good start, you might find yourself kind of stagnating towards the middle to late game. Pedro II is next up, and Brazil is going to have a great time going after a cultural victory, because this civ is geared towards attracting great people. Going after those great artists, writers, and musicians is going to add a lot of tourism if you choose to go this route with Brazil, but I'm not exactly seeing any other bonuses that really help Brazil stick out. I think if you want to explore the new Great People system, Pedro is definitely the way to go. At number 13, we have Satan. Gandhi, sorry. I think that this is going to be a great personality, again, just like Gilgamesh, to play against, but Gandhi himself doesn't receive the greatest of bonuses. His special ability allows the player all follower beliefs of every religion present in their cities. I mean, that is pretty cool. As well as opposing civs will suffer happiness penalties for fighting wars against Gandhi. I think the best strategy for choosing Gandhi, though, is just so that Gandhi doesn't show up in one of your games and nukes your cities into oblivion. Frederick Barbarossa is next up, or otherwise known in the Civ community as Not Hitler. Here's the thing. I have underestimated Germany. I actually did a playthrough of Germany, and it really opened my eyes just how powerful, first of all, unique districts are, because normally civilizations can build districts at half the time, but also, AIs don't care if you go to war with city-states anymore. They really don't even mind, even if they're the suzerain, an ally of the city-state. The +7 combat strength is really useful, especially in the early game. I think Germany is underestimated. I consider putting them a little bit higher on the list, but I think this is a fair enough spot. Cleopatra of Egypt is coming in at number 11, and I actually almost put this civ a little bit lower. And I don't think that's a fair assessment because of this single special ability. She will build districts and wonders faster next to rivers. Now I realize this is, highly situational. You might not necessarily be next to the Nile River, but if you are, this is going to be a significant boost to your production of very crucial buildings throughout the game. She also gets a buff to her trade routes, but I'm not a big fan of the trade route bonuses so far that I've seen in Civ 6. Again, without the special ability, she probably would have been in like the 16th or 15th spot, but I'm loving the bonus next to rivers for districts and wonders. We're at the halfway point in this list, and at number 10, Japan and Hojo. Throughout the game, this Civ is going to receive a significant combat boost, whether it's fighting along the coast or fighting in shallow water. This is a pretty big bonus because it will last the entire game, which allows Japan to be an excellent Civ for a domination strategy. His special ability I haven't found to be all that useful in my own Japanese series. Building tightly, I know that they want the AI to build tightly, but for the player, it is kind of difficult because it's already a lot of things to manage in your head, so I didn't find that to be all that useful. Japan, though, is definitely the single most powerful Civ if you're looking for a naval domination game. Next up, we have Peter the Great of Russia. Now, if I was ranking this list of top Civs for advanced players, Russia would be way up there, as well as they easily have one of the most powerful unique units in the game. It's a cavalry replacement with increased attack stats, as well as with the ability to move after attacking. These are very reminiscent of the Arabian camel archers or the Mongolian Kashyyyks in Civilization 5, and I think Russia is going to be an excellent Civ for deity. Number 8, Tamiris of Scythia. I want to say this is my favorite Civ in all of Civilization 6 for a domination victory. Their leader ability combined with their special ability is just so powerful. So her armies are going to get a bonus when they attack wounded units, and they heal a bit when they defeat an enemy. Then her special ability allows her to create 2 units instead of 1 when building light cavalry or their Saka horse archers. My experience so far with Scythia, even the AI itself is able to double its military strength in about an era or 2. It is terrifying. Here comes Felipe II in that 7th place spot, and I don't know why I love the fact that he's giving out churros, but seriously, Spain is one of the best religious civs in the game. Their leader ability gives them extra combat strength when fighting opponents from other religions, as well as their unique unit, the Conquistador, gets a significant combat boost when other religious units are nearby, and if they're adjacent to a city that's captured, they will automatically convert it to your religion. Anyone that thinks that a religious victory needs to be achieved through peace and diplomacy is dead wrong. You're gonna have a way more fun and easier time if you go to war, and Spain is the Civ to do it as. Just barely missing the top 5, Victoria of England. She's one of 2 Civs that just get so many bonuses, it's hard not to put them at the top of the list. She's perfectly capable of taking over the entire world, whether that be on land or in the sea. And if you find out you don't want to go for that domination victory, she's also geared towards a culture victory in her special abilities. She also gets one of the biggest combat bonuses I've seen so far in the game, plus 10 combat strength for the Redcoats when fighting on another continent. Victoria is completely stacked. Now we're getting into the really powerful Civs, Pericles of Greece. I knew as soon as the Civ was announced, it was likely one of the best Civs in the game. Greece's special ability gives an extra wildcard slot in any government type throughout the game. I mean, this is, needless to say, one of my favorite new features of Civilization 6, and getting that extra wildcard slot means so many things in terms of variation of your playstyle. And Greece is naturally geared towards a cultural victory, so the unique building is perfect for going after those additional adjacency bonuses. But what makes Pericles different from, let's say, another leader that also leads Greece? We'll talk about that in the future. Well, Pericles gets more culture per allied city-state. This will definitely force the player to always check on some of those quests each city-state is offering. Trajan of Rome fills in our 4th place spot, and this Civ is all about rapid expansion. His leader ability offers a free building in the city center, and his special ability offers trading posts to every new city, as well as a road gets placed down automatically. I talked about how big of a change it is that traders now lay down infrastructure, and having Rome just automatically lay those roads down, it's incredible. Laying down anywhere between 12 to 18 cities, as Rome is a very viable strategy here in Civilization 6. And at number 3, and my personal favorite, Gorgo's Greece. Gorgo, being the Spartan queen that she is, gives culture every time she defeats a unit, allowing her to be more aggressive. This is definitely a theme with a lot of the civilizations so far announced, where they're geared towards a domination victory, but at the same time get extra culture for a cultural victory. Gorgo is going to be the best leader for this out of everyone else, because On higher difficulties, the AI is going to have a ton of units out. And even if you don't take any cities over, getting culture per kill is just going to be tremendously helpful getting down the civic tree and rushing to some of the more advanced civics like social media. At number 2, America. This is kind of the same situation as England, where America just gets so many bonuses, it's hard not to put them at the top of the list. Their special ability lowers the time it takes to gain government bonuses. America gets a 5+ combat strength when fighting in their home continent. They have 2 unique units, the Rough Rider and the P-51 Mustang. Their national parks give more cultural output. And finally, their film studio is a unique building which offers additional cultural bonuses. With all that in mind, America is great for a domination victory, but can quickly switch gears if they want to go for a cultural victory instead. And finally, at number 1, Arabia. Now, this is the main reason why I'm loving what I see from this Civ. The last profit is their special ability, which means Arabia will always receive the final profit in every game. You won't have to enact the God King policy in your chieftain government, you don't have to worry about holy sites, you don't have to worry about shrines, or none of that, but you still get all of the benefits because you'll eventually get a religion. His leader ability is a perfect combination because it will buff up this late game religion by lowering the cost of religious buildings as well as giving bonus output like faith, science, and culture. They also might have the second best unique unit in the game, only behind Russia's Cossack. This horse unit replaces the knight and it heals at the end of each turn, whether it moved, attacked, or did any other action. Finally, they're one of the only civs in Civilization 6 that has a building that offers additional science yields. That's how you know the civ is buffed up. Arabia is the only civ in the game where I can look at each individual bonus and I'm impressed by every single one of them. This is why they're my number 1 in Civilization 6. Now, I tried to look at leaders and civs with bonuses that geared them easily for a certain victory type, no matter which victory it might be. But of course, this was just my opinion, and I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who's your favorite civ? There's gonna be definitely a big, this is gonna be a wide range of answers there. But if you also want to see me break down every single leader and civ, I did a huge playlist. That was part of the reason why I was able to put together this big video, because I kind of knew, you know, exactly what their bonuses were gonna do for them before the fact. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.